And welcome everybody to the 2025 Spanish qualifying. You know, this is going to be an interesting one. Coming out of Monaco last weekend, we had a big battle between Leclerc and Norris for that P1 spot, with Norris just coming on top. And yeah, we're going to see what happens today, as we are just 5 minutes away from the start of qualifying. And that's pretty cool. So the team standings, as you guys can see on the right side of your screen now, we have McLaren in first, Mercedes in second, and Red Bull is trying to get that second spot from Mercedes, but we'll see what they can do. And Ferrari in fourth, and Williams is in fifth. So that's a good result for Williams, but McLaren absolutely dominating with 319 points. And for those tuning in, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Be greatly appreciated. And if you guys want quality shirts, check out racingtees.ca for F1 merch and car merch. So we have two DRS zones around this track. We have obviously the main straight DRS zone that goes into turn 1. And we have that DRS straight. What turn is that? Let me check this actually. Oh, I just did something. There we go. Let's see here. So yeah, we have the DRS zone obviously on the main straight. And we have DRS zone coming into turn 10, which is quite another overtaking opportunity during the race. But today is qualifying, so we'll see what can happen with drivers. Lando has the pace, and we'll see if he can find it today. So we're back in Spain. The crowd is booming again. And we're now 2 minutes from the start of qualifying around the Barcelona track. And we'll see what Carlos Sainz can do in the Williams. He is getting pretty decent results. He was 11th in Monaco though, but pretty decent. Most of his races this year were points, and qualifying was in Q3 for most of his qualifyings. So we'll see what can happen. Lots of Carlos Sainz fans in the crowd, and qualifying will be starting very shortly. McLaren is in P1 on the team constructors standings, 319 points, which is just insane. It's almost double from P2, which is Mercedes. So yeah, we'll see what can happen. That's McLaren's dominating. I don't know what to tell you. And yeah, McLaren does have the pace. We'll see what they can do today in qualifying and tomorrow in the race. And also Red Bull. So Max Verstappen, just not having the pace he wants. We'll see if they changed anything ahead of this race, because I'm pretty sure they had a little bit of time to change stuff around the car. So we'll see what happens. Max Verstappen might get better position, but no, we'll see. So the drivers are now lined up in the pit lane, waiting for the green light. And yeah, there's lots of Carlos Sainz fans in the crowd. Lots and lots of Carlos Sainz fans. So it's really hot out on the track right now. 50 degrees Celsius. That's the track temp. So that is really, really, really hot. And we'll see what that'll do to the tires. You know, it might grain them. And it started Q1. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with this. So we're 17 minutes in qualifying, and the stream will be right back. Just give us 1 second. We're back. Welcome back.
Hello, everyone. Assistant commentator in here now.
So we have 2 commentators. Make sure you guys check out @HeadsetHijack on TikTok. He'll be streaming the race tomorrow, as well as me. And you know, this track just obliterates the tires, and it's 50 degrees Celsius on track right now in Barcelona. Really? Yeah. It's like, wow. That's like, damn, it's hot.
Yeah. Looks like only about a few people on track. Seems like there's about 5 people. Not too many yet. Seems like it's going to be an interesting weekend, though, this weekend for some racing action here.
Yeah.
So still only about 5 people on track. A lot of people just in the pits at the moment. See if anyone comes out soon.
Trying to figure out the stream here. Trying to match up the track map with what I'm seeing on the broadcast.
The TV broadcast? Yep.
Yeah.
So currently, Stroll in first at the moment, which is surprising.
Yeah, we'll see what other times can be set here, as we're just in the early stages of qualifying. 13 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
A lot of cars are waiting, but it seems like Yuki Tsunoda is now pulling out. So Yuki now going out on track. And same with it looks like the kick Saubers are being sent out as well. Same with one of the McLarens I see here. Yeah, so a lot of people deciding to go now. The track is going to be very, very full. Williams, Mercedes, yeah, a lot of cars here. Alpine, yeah, it's going to be pretty busy out on track in just a minute here. Leclerc getting ready to be released out of the pit lane as well. But as Hamilton gets out on track, almost said Sainz, but yeah, he's not there right now. But yeah, it seems like it's very busy. So a lot of people stuck waiting at the end of the pit lane as
Oh, they're
you are
doing practice
required to wait for a
starts.
delay. Yeah. And I think you also have to delay your release so you can have a gap with the other person in front of you as well. But
Oh, they're not. Yeah, they're not doing practice starts. They're just doing that. Never mind.
yeah,
Yeah, I just see Fernando Alonso here just chilling in the pit lane. Just
yep.
waiting. Just waiting indeed.
A lot of people just chilling in the pit lane at the moment. Verstappen doesn't look like he's going to be getting released soon. He's still sitting quite comfortably in his garage, but have a lot of people out. Seems like only about the top 5 that have already set a time are in the pit lane, and then we got Piastri, Leclerc, Verstappen, Hadjar, Alonso, Hamilton, and Gasly all in the pit lane. But Hadjar just got released. Gasly just got released. Okay, so a lot of people are like lined up to get released, but I think it'll be most people out on track, apart from the top 5 that have already set their first times.
And you know the crowd is like really supporting Carlos Sainz today.
Well, it depends on who they always want to support because they have 2 Spaniards to choose from to support. Either they support Sainz or they support Alonso, and it seems like a lot of them support Sainz as you know Alonso is a little bit old. And he's still yet to get points this season, so he'll be hoping for some points at home for this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get his points, his first points in the season. And yeah, so Stroll still on pole.
Yeah. We'll see when someone tries to take that from him. Seems like Hulkenberg is on a pretty good lap here. We'll see if he can match Stroll's time and for sector 2. Ooh, he's just 800ths off. So it's going to be a
Hulkenberg.
little bit more.
Hulkenberg has personal best, sector 1 and sector 2. We'll see what he can do. He's going to come in the penultimate corner now, and now into the final turn. And here we go. On the main straight again. We're going to see what happens. And he's going to go pole.
It's enough for a provisional pole, but Sainz is on an absolute monster of a lap with first sector. Oh,
ooh, someone just took purple sector 1 from him.
Yep. We'll see what he can do in sector 2 here, though. Antonelli had purple sector 1, and then now he loses it as well. But it seems like Sainz is up a 10th on Hulkenberg at the moment, and Antonelli is also on a pretty good lap here after sector 1. We'll see what he can do as he crosses over the line for sector 2 in just a second here. And he will have fastest sector 2. Norris on an absolute monster level lap as well with the fastest sector 1. The moment Lawson's on provisional pole, Norris is 7/10 up on Lawson after sector 2. So that will probably take provisional pole here in Q1.
So yeah, Norris, you know, he had not great pace, I think, yesterday in the practices, but I'm pretty sure he's showing it now because he's got 3 purple sectors. What will the time be?
It was only 2 purple sectors. He is 5/10 up on Antonelli, but he has a 112 set point 799, which puts him on provisional pole. I mean, I'm saying provisional pole, but most likely won't turn into pole for anyone that was in first, like especially Stroll. And Russell in second, 7 thousandths off of Norris.
And Yuki Tsunoda telling his engineer to check the floor. So did he go over a curb and damage his car?
Piastri also on a monster of a lap as well here. Sector 2 fastest. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Piastri or Norris will come on top now as we round the final turn with Oscar Piastri.
Seems
and he's going to go pole.
It will be fastest enough for pole. And then again, we're still in Q1 though, so nothing's ever set in stone in Q1. But well, at the moment, Behrman, Leclerc, Alonso, Hamilton, and Verstappen are all in the drop zone. And interestingly, Verstappen now just deciding to go for his outlap. think that could be good. I feel like a lot of people will be heading to the pits now, and you'll have a more clear track for him. Now,
Yeah.
Lonzo is fastest enough for fifth, so that crowd will be eating that up as he's one of the home heroes here for this race weekend. And Hamilton, getting his first lap in, puts him good enough for sixth. And
Hamilton,
Leclerc,
not great time from him. I think he could do better, but there goes Leclerc P4, but Albon doing a great job P5. This guy's been like an absolute rocket ship in the last couple of races. Monaco, this guy was flying. He did turn out to be what is it? Did he turn out to be P10, I think, but he was for the first half of the race, he was like chilling at P5. So,
Verstappen on his lap, he was a 10th down in Sector 1. We'll see what he can do here in Sector 2 as he comes up on the time, and it will be 4 tenths faster than Sainz to get out of the drop zone. Sorry, now it's Ocon. Ocon is the time that you need to beat to get out of the drop zone at the moment. Verstappen seems like he will definitely be beating that. And Stroll also on a decent lap at the moment, 2 personal best sectors. And Verstappen will get a good enough for second lap time here. So a 112.798 for second. And Stroll comes around here, and he's just up above the drop zone in 14th, 8 tenths down from Piastri's time. See if he can hold on and not get eliminated in Q1.
so yeah, we have 6.5 minutes here left in Q1. And Piastri is still first, Verstappen second. And I was thinking indeed that Verstappen could do something during this whole weekend because, they did upgrade their car from last race. There's usually upgrades going into the Spanish Grand Prix, and we'll see. We'll see what his car does.
I was looking at the upgrade list. I think a lot of teams did bring upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
Piastri 0.15 seconds faster in different speed and braking areas than Verstappen.
In turn 4. That's a tenth and a half faster in turn 4. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that means Verstappen's got a lot of time to game just in turn 4 because then he only has a 10th differential from the rest of the track, but he has a 10th and a half just in one corner. And Leclerc looks like he came in the pit lane. I think he will be going into his garage. Yeah, that's just a bit confusing. He had stopped. I think he did a practice start at the start of the pit lane. So at the moment, your drop zone is Hulkenberg, Ocon, Sainz, Sonoda, and Bortoleto. And they're going to be looking to make it out here. But see what can happen in the final 5 minutes of qualifying coming up now.
Yeah, so now the teams are going to probably go on fresh tires, wait till around 3 minutes, and they're going to send them back out for their final run in Q1. And this is going to be big for Sainz because the crowd is rooting him on right now, but he's P18, which is in the drop zone, so he's going to have to make it to Q2 in his home crowd. And here we already have McLaren going out with Lando Norris.
I'm looking at your stream. I think you might have spelled Spanish qualifying wrong. It says Spanish.
Did I spell that wrong?
Yeah. Your title's fine, but... So at the moment, Piastri on an N, Norris on an outlap. Same with Hulkenberg and Bortoleto and Antonelli.
Should be better. Should be better now. Okay. So yeah, Piastri's on his outlap. Norris is on his outlap. Traffic jam in the pit lane. With multiple cars trying to get into the long line of cars. Because, you always want to be starting further ahead in the train at the end because you just get a better position with traffic. Because if you're in the back, there's so much traffic during qualifying.
Ooh, and Colapinto rating something in. I think you might be complaining.
Uh-oh. Is his car stalled?
That might not be good
No,
if
it
it.
is not. No, it's not.
Oh, but he gets overtaken by a Williams. So that's a
Hold on, I'm
complete.
so confused. So Colapinto stopped in the pit lane, and we have a bunch of cars behind him waiting to go,
Oh, and now he's accelerating again,
and now he's
but
stopped again.
it seems like he's stalling a little bit. So everyone's gonna be going around him now, and they're waving the yellow flag. So seems like Colapinto is having a car issue. Not sure exactly what's happening.
And that just delayed all the people lined up behind him a lot for the outlap. So they're actually gonna have to kind of push around this outlap.
Yeah, so that's a bit of an issue. He might have to be pushed back into the pit lane, into his garage, or maybe even retire the car. Like I don't know what the issue is there.
No clue.
Well, you also said it's 50 Celsius out, so that could be pretty hot.
Yeah,
Might
for
not
the
be good for
engine.
the car.
Yeah, so we still have Piastri. We're gonna wait for him to see if he can improve on his time. 112.551. And Norris now starting his first lap, I think, here. Around the most recent stint.
Mm, So it seems like Bortoletto is on his personal best lap almost here. He's going to be trying to get out of the drop zone. We'll see what he can do as he rounds the final corner. And he crosses the line to get out of the drop zone and up
Ooh.
to 7th.
So Bortoletto is safe. And we're
For
gonna
now.
see. I'm pretty sure he's safe. So Antonelli now rounding the final turn.
Antonelli has fast sector 2 and a
He goes
personal best sector 3 to get into
P5.
5th position.
So Signs now getting sector 1, which is green. So green sector 1. Personal best sector 1 indeed.
We just got under a minute left here in
Ooh.
qualifying.
And Signs is 2 tenths faster than Colapinto, who is in P15. So right now it's looking like Signs will get out of the drop zone. We'll see. Now he goes in the penultimate corner. 2 green sectors into the final turn. What will it be as he crosses the line? It's going to be P13. So this is going to be an interesting one. So right now he is safe, but we'll see if anybody else gets past him, he will be gone. Lawson now 2 personal best sectors. He is now going to be rounding the penultimate corner. And into the final turn. What will Lawson do? Will he drop Signs? Yes, he will.
He will.
Signs in P15, right on the edge of the chopping block. And
Ooh,
who
and
is
who's that?
this?
Someone's pulled over to the side. That might be a red flag at the end here.
So I believe that's Colapinto, who was on his outlap, but his car somehow died.
Well, it was dying earlier, so.
And Esteban Ocon now, 2 green sectors as well. Will he drop Sides around the final turn? Here we go. And he's going to drop Sides. Sides will be eliminated out of Q1.
The home hero eliminated.
Oh,
in
that's
Q1.
annoying.
That's
As here we
tough.
have Behrman too. Will he drop Signs even more? Signs will be dropped to P17
Ooh.
as Behrman goes 11th. Now we're looking at Sonoda. Will he do a good result in the Red Bull? Round the final turn, 2 green sectors. We'll see what he'll do now as he comes up to the line. 2 green sectors will be, and barely improvement. P19. Sorry, that was not an improvement.
Oof.
And
The pit lane incident involving car 43, which was Colapinto, has been noted by the race control, and they will probably be investigating that.
And
Colapinto may
Stroll,
get a penalty.
the final car goes P7. And I believe the top 3, maybe top 4, did not even go out on track. Guess they didn't need to. Q1.
So you're eliminated in Q1 are Hulkenberg, Ocon, Sainz, Colapinto, and Sonoda.
Rest in
Sonoda,
peace, Carlos Sainz.
yeah, And Red Bull, I don't think will be too happy with Sonoda's performance here today. But when is Red Bull ever happy?
Yeah, P20 for Sonoda. Meanwhile, his teammate is P2. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, we'll see what will happen now. So we have the end of Q1. We're going to be starting Q2 soon. Yeah, Carlo Pinto. Don't know what happened to his car there. But, yeah, so, yeah, his car kind of just died. They will be investigating that. And actually, on one of the final laps, Alonso's lap did get deleted for track limits at turn 10.
It's rough. So does that drop him out? That might have dropped him out.
He is not dropped out, I don't think. I know,
I
he's
think he
good.
still had. I think he still had a decent enough time that wasn't deleted. So.
Yeah, he's P14.
And unfortunately, the assistant commentator is gonna have to leave. So sorry about that, guys. So see ya.
See it? No, it's just me again. All right. So we're going to be starting Q2 soon. And Yuki Tsunoda, worst qualifying performance for him. P20. And Piastri is holding first right now. With Norris third. Verstappen did squeeze between the McLarens. It's a good pace for him. And we'll see what happens. Starting Q2 very shortly here. And the track temp is very hot. Track temp right now 47 degrees Celsius. Air temp it's only 29. So the track is very, very hot. Tires are getting very much shredded after one lap. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Carlos Sainz, home hero, gets eliminated out of Q1. I believe he's going to be P18. And so Ocon and Stroll incident will be investigated after the session. Failing to follow race director's instructions. Maximum delta time. So they did go faster than the delta. Ocon and Stroll, so be investigated after the session. And that might not be good because that might be grid penalties. And Sainz absolutely disappointed. Home hero getting eliminated. And we have Behrman saying over team radio that he's super, super happy with that. As well as Tsunoda being upset on the team radio. So, lots of different team radios. Some happy, some very sad. Of Alex Albon now. And he doesn't quite understand why they're going so early. Alexander Albon. I guess they're not used to that one. And Franco Colapinto, his car, just broke down. I don't know what happened, but kind of just fell apart. So Yuki Tsunoda was complaining about the floor in during one of his laps, and he did go over the curb on what turn is that? let's see here. I think no, I think it was, so out of turn 12, and the car was jumping over the curb. So they wanted to make sure that the car was okay because that was quite rough over that curb. And we're very close to starting Q2. And Q2 has started. And we have Alexander Albon and Fernando Alonso out on track. And they're going very, very early. I think they're going to try to just get a time before the traffic, but we'll see. We'll see indeed. Lewis Hamilton not having the strongest of pace around here, but we'll see what he does. We also have Carlos Sainz getting eliminated out of his home GP P18. It's not going to be great for the crowd. Now they're going to switch to Alonso because there's two Spanish drivers on the grid. Now they're going to take a look at Fernando Alonso, see what he can produce. So Fernando Alonso rounding turn 12 now. He'll be starting his lap very shortly. So starting Q2. And Alex Albon starting his lap. I think Alonso just boxed. Behrman's out. So Albon is pushing, going out of turn 3. Now into turn 4. So now we're going to go into turn 5 of them. Very tricky downhill braking into 5. And now we're going to go down this mini little straight with turn 6 and 7. 7 high speed turn to the left, quickly followed by a right. And then into the very, very high speed turn of 9 onto the DRS straight. So, this track is pretty tricky to nail. It's absolutely brutal for the tires right now because of the track temp, 47 degrees Celsius. And he's going to be coming around the final turn now. We're going to see what he can do. Very, very quick final turn. As now in past the line, 113.1 for him. So not great around this track, but we'll see what he can do. Behrman comes out of the final turn now to see what he's going to get. 2 green sectors for him. So 113.6. So half a second down on Albon. And Haas getting ready. Put new tires on to Behrman's car as he will be boxing now. He's on his cool down lap. And we have Stroll pushing, I think. Stroll's on his out lap, never mind. So Lance Stroll, not a bad time from Q1. We'll see what he can do in Q2. And Alonso looking for his first points this weekend in the season. He hasn't got any yet. We'll see what he can do. Get a couple points maybe this race. And we have Verstappen starting his first push lap in Q2. And we'll see, will he beat out the 2 McLarens this race? Because it's going to be interesting to see. He does have pretty decent pace, and the McLarens are just absolute rocket ships, as you know. And he's going to have a little bit of traffic here, actually. Fernando Alonso, he's going to let him through. So it won't affect him. Max Verstappen, purple sector 1, of course. Here we go. Around turn 9. He's going to go into the braking zone of turn 10. You know, Bortoleto actually has purple sector 1. He took that from Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen has purple sector 2. Bortoleto's on an absolute flyer right now. Max Verstappen, he's going to come around the final turn. What time will it be for Max Verstappen? It's going to be a 112.3. And Bortoleto, purple sector 1, green sector 2. And here we go. Bortoleto now going to come around the final turn. And Norris takes purple sector 1 from Bortoleto as Bortoleto rounds the final turn. What time will it be? It might look pretty decent. It's going to be P2. Bortoleto, 113.0. So good time for him as Norris, purple sector 1. And we'll see now he's going to come around turn 9. And Norris is on an absolute flyer right now. Gasly goes P2, 112.6. There's 8 minutes 50 seconds left in Q2. And now Hadjar, I think, has purple sector 1 now instead of Norris. So everybody's taking purple sector 1 as Norris rounds the final turn. And it's going to be first, 112.0. So 0.3 faster than Verstappen. Alonso now into the final turn. Fernando Alonso, 2 green sectors, 3 green sectors. It's going to be P3, 112.5. Charles Leclerc now. Final turn. And it's going to be P3, so 112.495. Hamilton's now going to cross the line ahead of his teammate P3, 112.447. So 5 hundredths between the two Ferraris as Piastri goes quickest with 111.998. So very, very close between his teammate. Yeah, Hamilton is back in the groove here. He's P4. You know, in Q1 he wasn't doing great, but he is now in P5 because Russell goes 4th with 112.4, and we have the fastest time right now with Oscar Piastri, so 111.998. So just barely in the 111s. And Oscar Piastri on his cool down. Good time by him. And we'll see what Verstappen can do at the end of Q2. And Bortoleto, Lawson, Albon, Stroll, and Behrman are in the drop zone currently. So if Albon can improve, that would be nice for Williams as they already have one driver out, as well as Haas. So Bortoleto, pretty good pace by him. I think the team's going to be happy so far. And Russell reporting dark clouds in the distance over turn 13. And I do see that. Very, very, very dark clouds. So, will we get rain here in Spain? So the forecast is saying no rain, but there is very dark clouds in the distance. And you know how quickly rain can come. So we'll see what will happen. And Russell saying he's happy to give Kimi a tow if needed. So that is when you're given the car behind slipstream to get faster time. So Russell is P4. And Antonelli is P9. So we will see if he will give the toe to Antonelli, George Russell, because that would be a good team play. I think George Russell is safe now in fourth for now. He's safe to move on to Q3. So Colapinto having that car issue in Q1. That's going to be annoying for his race. And Oliver Behrman, 6/10. Gap to something. I didn't quite catch that. Gap to 10th, I think. So track temp is still 47 degrees Celsius. Air temp's 29. Big rain clouds in the distance. Very big rain clouds. Sky is very dark over there. We're going to see if those clouds will move over to the track. And yeah, so big rain clouds. That could affect the qualifying. And I'll show who's fastest in the rain. So Isaac Hadjar right now is in P10. And they're going to be sending out drivers onto the track again now, as we have 3.5 minutes left in Q2. And the drop zone right now is 11th Bortoleto, P12 is Lawson, 13th is Albon, 14th Stroll, and 15th is Oliver Behrman. We'll see if Behrman can make it to Q3. He does have the pace, I think. We'll see if he makes it to Q3. We have Antonelli on the track, as well as Stroll. So the two McLarens are P1, P2. Verstappen, I think, just trying to get solid times here, just to make it to Q3. And the real showdown will be in Q3. Because of the qualifying position that will be for next race, tomorrow's race. If you guys want to see tomorrow's race, make sure you guys like and subscribe on the channel. So like the stream, subscribe, make sure you have those notifications on, because you will be able to see tomorrow's race live with us. We'll be streaming with @HeadsetHijack on TikTok. He wasn't here earlier, he had to go. And now 2 minutes left in Q2. Piastri, Norris, Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton is P5, is your top 5, sorry. Hamilton, good pace, you know. Q1 he wasn't having great pace, now he has the pace again. And Antonelli's on a flyer. So Stroll is green sector 1. And we will see what that's going to mean shortly. And Antonelli, 3/10 slower than Piastri in sector 1. So not even a personal best for Antonelli in sector 1. As Stroll is very even with Isaac Hadjar for P10 to stay in Q3. Antonelli not doing great with this time. He's going to cross the line. Antonelli. Now, sorry, that was Stroll. So Stroll improves, but it's going to be P12. And now Antonelli's coming around the final turn. Will he do something? And he's only going to improve one position into P8. That's not going to be great for him. Now Mercedes is going to hope that nobody will get past Antonelli here, because Antonelli is very much in danger very shortly. Albon coming, crossing the line. He's going to improve to 10th. So there's one driver Antonelli doesn't have to worry about. Bortoletto's next up to the line. He's going to get 11th. So he is also going to be eliminated as Isaac Hadjar now. He's going to be rounding the penultimate corner. And so far, Antonelli looks safe to make it a Q3. Lawson is 2/10 slower than Albon in the second sector. And Hadjar goes 6th fastest. So Isaac Hadjar is safe to move on to Q3. Antonelli is gonna be on the block, and Antonelli will move on to Q3 here because Lawson goes P13. Behrman now is, I believe, the last driver. So Behrman's gonna have to challenge Gasly now. We'll see what he's gonna do. Is the penultimate corner. He's 2 personal best sectors. Will Gasly be eliminated? Will Behrman get out of Q2 or not? And Behrman stays P15, so Gasly's going to move on to Q3. Not a great lap by Behrman. And we have Antonelli also moving on to Q3. A little bit of doubt there that he was going to make it to Q3. But, yeah, McLaren fastest, 1 and 2. Piastri first, Norris second. So Q2 is over now. And Lawson not doing great. He's getting dropped out. P13. Albon P11 also getting dropped out. That's going to be annoying. As we have a replay with Albon. Ooh, and he just had a lot of oversteer. And he's complaining about the Haas driver because of the dirty air. Haas was blocking in turn 12, which is a turn where you do need a lot of downforce. And he did not have that downforce. So Albon quite mad there. P11. And so your drivers who are going to move on to Q3 are going to be Piastri in first, Norris second, Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton, Hadjar, Leclerc, Alonso, Antonelli, and Pierre Gasly. You know, Albon getting eliminated, Bortoleto getting eliminated, Lawson also getting eliminated, Stroll and Behrman having quite sad times on their final lap in Q2. They're going to be eliminated. So now it's going to be the battle for the top 10 starting drivers for next race and the battle for first. We'll see now Verstappen's going to turn on the jets. And we'll see what he can do in Q3 because this one's going to matter for his championship standing. Piastri right now looks very strong in first. The 2 McLarens look very strong at first. The gap between that and Verstappen is 0.3. So we'll see what they can do. But I'm pretty positive Verstappen was just trying to set decent times here just to get to Q3, and now he's going to turn on the jets to hopefully for him get the pole. But also Piastri and Norris are going to be trying to deny him for first. And George Russell also pretty close to Verstappen's time. So we'll see. Will Russell do anything? Maybe a P3 for Russell, but we'll see. So Verstappen's definitely going to turn on the jets here. As we are just moments away from starting Q3 here in the Spanish qualifying. McLaren just absolutely destroying the qualifying as well as the season, as they are first in the constructors' standings. And Oliver Behrman was Oliver Bowman was actually on the used tire for his final lap, and he's saying that's the most he can get out of the used tire there. P15. Bortoletto also quite sad, but it's not a bad position, P12. So Albon on the exit of 7, getting a little bit wide, which delays him for getting the power down, and that's gonna be one of the main reasons that he is P11 and out of qualifying. He did have a couple of things going on in the final lap there, so he had that, as well as Haas intentionally giving dirty air to him through turn 12, which is a turn that you very much do need grip, long right-hander. Turn before the penultimate corner. And yeah, that's just going to be annoying for Albon P11. And we'll see now. George Russell doing pretty well. Kimi Antonelli having a little bit of traffic and a little bit of a snap too in turn 2. And Antonelli looks to be still experimenting where he wants to put the car, because he did have a really early turn in turn 10. Did create some understeer, but he will see what that'll do to the car. A lot of oversteer around this track for a lot of drivers. Just track is very oversteery through the exits of some of the turns. And also with the tire wear, the track temperature is 47 degrees Celsius. Very, very, very hot indeed. Just blistering the tires. And it's not going to be good for the tires because of the insane wear. Q3 is moments away from starting. It's going to be the battle for first. Verstappen could do something to get pole, but Norris is also right there. I feel like Norris right now is kind of like the underdog going into this qualifying. He did not have great results yesterday. Piastri still flying as always. And the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls are checking the weather radar on the screen. Does not look like it's going to rain, but George Russell was reporting very, very thick rain clouds in the distance forming. Now, in turn 13, so on the run up to turn 13, you can see the clouds in the distance. And Q3 has started. And we're going to get a little bit of action here at the start. A couple drivers are going to go out. I believe Max Verstappen's going out too right now. So they're playing it quite early, actually. So we'll see Max Verstappen on track soon. As here we go. We have Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris going out on the track as well. So a couple of drivers, a couple of the top running drivers playing it quite early here. And Isaac Hadjar, good job for him getting into Q3. And he's going to try to get a good qualifying result for tomorrow's race. And if you guys want to see tomorrow's race, make sure you guys subscribe, drop a like on the stream, and make sure you have that bell enabled, notification bell, for the race tomorrow to get notified when it starts. We'll be streaming with a fellow streamer at Headset Hijack on TikTok. And Leclerc is also going to be going out here. So we have Piastri, who I think will be the first to start their lap on track in Q3. And Piastri's going to be rounding the final turn. As here he's going to start his first lap of Q3. Oscar Piastri goes into the first turn. Yeah, lots of the top running drivers here on their hot lap. Piastri is on the track, Norris on the track, Verstappen on the track, Hamilton's on the track. Both the Mercedes are also on the track, so we'll see. And Piastri's going to have to fly here. So 21.4 for the first sector, which is the fastest so far, but is the only time set so far in Q3. And Hamilton now is going to be rounding the final turn to start his first lap. Piastri 2 purple sectors, so Antonelli will not deny him of sector 1. Purple sector 1. And Antonelli 2 green sectors, so Piastri is just flying right here. So Max Verstappen has matched Piastri in the first sector. Piastri, 3 purple sectors. It's going to be a 111.8. Antonelli goes a second slower than that. Now Max Verstappen's 4/10 slower in the second sector. So Piastri, insanely fast time there. Russell, second with a 112.075. So roughly 2/10 difference. Verstappen will not beat out Russell. It'll be P3, which is 3/10 slower than George Russell. Lando Norris has purple sector 1 into turn 8, now into turn 9. And we'll see now he's going to go into turn 10. This final sector is big for time. We'll see what he can gain through here. It's going to be green sector 2. Lando Norris now coming around the penultimate corner. Now around the final corner. Will he beat out his teammate Oscar Piastri with a 118.8? And now he's going to cross the line. And he's going to take it with barely any difference. 200th of a second. And that's really tight between the McLarens. They've been really tight throughout the entire qualifying so far. George Russell P3. Verstappen is P4 right now, with not a great time. So Verstappen will have a lot of pressure to improve on his next lap here, as Leclerc is a 10th off of Norris in sector 2. So that's pretty decent. Will he be able to take P3 from Russell here? And now Leclerc running the final turn. What will he do here? He's going to send it down to the line with DRS. P4, he won't beat out Russell. He will beat out Verstappen here. So all the gaps are pretty close from P3 down to even P6. So yeah, Verstappen had a couple mistakes on his lap, and he's going to have to improve quite a bit if he wants to get pole here. Solando's trying to take the toe from Oscar Piastri. So Piastri, right after he completed his lap, he went straight to the right side of the track and let him through instantly. He did not want Norris to get that toe. Piastri wants that pole, you know? So there's a little bit of team battles there at McLaren. Fernando Alonso is in Q3. He's now starting his first lap. As here he goes now. Going to be completing Sector 1 soon. And what will it be in Sector 1 for Fernando Alonso? It's going to be 2/10 slower than Norris. So we'll see if he can get P7, maybe P6, as he is the only one on the track right now. Lance Stroll has been noted for failing to follow race director's instructions, driver weighing. So Stroll now has two things getting noted. One for not following the delta, and one for driver weighing. I guess he didn't go to the scale, or he is incorrect weight or something. So now Alonso, penultimate corner, 2 green sectors as now you go into the main straight, and it's going to be P5. So he does beat out Verstappen as well. And he's 4/10 to Lando Norris with a 1:18.8. And Piastri is now coming out again. Both McLarens are now coming out again. So Norris will be in first on track position. Piastri will be second for track position, as now every car is going to be coming out now to try to get some improvements. Alonso's still on the track for his in lap. We'll see if he can get another lap right at the end. Isaac Hadjar is, I believe, going to be setting his first time now in Q3. I don't think he has one yet. So now is where it's going to be the proper showdown for pole. Alonso very, very happy with his time there. He went into P5, but it's not over because we're going to have the two McLarens and Verstappen battling for pole. You know, Russell's also in the battle. Leclerc is actually also in the battle. So we have 5 drivers actually, who could go on pole today. Very, very close racing. So we'll see. Alonso, I think, now is going to be boxing. I think he's going to be done for the session. And Isaac Hadjar is on his outlap, as well as Pierre Gasly. I believe Isaac Hadjar has no time yet in Q3. He does not have a time yet in Q3. So this is going to be his first time to get here. Lando Norris is fastest right now, but his teammate right behind him, very close gap to him. And this is going to be an interesting one. So Lando Norris now going through turn 12. We're going to see what happens. Piastri's going through turn 10, so they have a big gap between them. Max Verstappen, he's going to have to do something here to get pole. He's going to be going as fast as possible. He's going to be pushing hard as Norris now starting his lap. DRS open for Lando Norris as he's going to go into the first turn. And this is going to be an interesting one to see. Lando Norris, what will the Sector 1 time be? As he comes into turn 4. And it's going to be purple Sector 1, a 10th faster than his last time. So, good job for Lando Norris, as Piastri now going to see if he can deny him. And Piastri is going to take purple Sector 1. So, the two McLarens are very tight together. Piastri has purple Sector 1 right now. So, the battle between the McLarens is going to be big. Verstappen starts his lap here, and this is going to be an interesting one. Who's going to be on pole for the Spanish Grand Prix tomorrow? as Norris now going to be rounding penultimate corner. Norris with a yellow sector 2. That's not going to be great for Norris. Now into the final turn. Lando Norris. He's going to cross the line. What will it be? He will improve 600s. Piastri is 2 purple sectors right now. And will he be 3 away from pole? So now we're going to go on to the main straight with Oscar Piastri. He's going to take pole, provisional pole, with 2/10 faster than Lando Norris. Antonelli will be next to cross the line. He's going to improve to 4th. Who's going to be next? Lewis Hamilton, 2 green sectors. He is now going to try to improve as now he goes into the final turn. He's P10 right now. What will he get put into for now? He's going to cross the line. P3 for Lewis Hamilton. Good time by him. Max Verstappen, will he deny pole position? No, he won't. He'll take P3 from Lewis Hamilton. George Russell now rounding the final turn. Will he take pole? Let's see. Will he take it from Oscar Piastri? No, he's going to go P4. And Piastri is going to take pole for tomorrow's race. What a qualifying by Oscar Piastri. Lando Norris 2/10 behind his teammate. So it's going to be a 1-2 for McLaren. Verstappen P3 right behind them. McLaren's going to be super happy with Piastri on pole today. And that's going to be great for Piastri for his title fight. And Piastri very happy with that one. And that was quite an interesting qualifying. So now your top 10 here. We have Piastri on pole today. Norris P2. Verstappen's going to be P3 right behind both McLarens. Russell is going to be behind Verstappen trying to deny him at race start tomorrow. We're going to have Lewis Hamilton P5. Great result for him. Antonelli P6. The 2 Mercedes being pretty close to each other. Leclerc P7 being behind Antonelli. So the two Mercedes and Ferraris are going to be very close tomorrow for a little bit of a fight together. Gasly's going to be P8. Hadjar is going to be P9 as he made a great job into Q3. And Fernando Alonso is going to be P10 starting tomorrow's race. He's going to be looking for his first points in the 2025 season. Oscar Piastri now getting weighed, and I believe it will be valid. So great qualifying. Oscar Piastri takes pole. Norris is going to be second. So the 2 McLarens are going to be looking for a 1-2 in tomorrow's race. They have strong pace throughout. They had strong pace throughout today's qualifying, and yesterday, Norris did not have the pace, but now he did show it. He has the pace. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Make sure you guys like the stream, subscribe with notifications on to the channel, and you guys will be able to see tomorrow's race. While you guys are at it, make sure you guys also check out racingtees.ca for great shirt designs, Formula 1 related, as well as just car brands. And if you guys want to see more content, at RealTomTomboy_ on Twitch. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in with today's qualifying. I'll be streaming the race tomorrow. Make sure you guys check that out. And have a great one.